What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I am Jake.
And I'm Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
We are also sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
This week we're going to be talking about is it 4 now of Halo?
Yeah, episode 4. Yeah.
Episode 4 of Halo.
And then we'll be talking about episode 3 of Moon Knight. So let's just get right on into it, guys. This is the All Things Nerd Podcast. Nerd.
Welcome back to the All Things Nerd Podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chadley, how was your week?
It was a week, you know? It was nothing super noteworthy.
7 days.
7
Monday
days,
through, yeah.
It was that's about it. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. What about you? How was your week?
My week, my week was my week was okay. I'm like looking forward to moving into the new place because this place is the worst.
Garbage.
You and I have talked about it. Yeah, it's the worst. I don't want to get into it on the podcast, but I hate
Yeah.
it here. Uh,
As you should, based on all these stories.
well, we had Easter was on Sunday.
Oh, you mean the religiously sanctioned celebration of necromancy? Yes.
Well, I mean, if you can make a holiday out of a guy hiding behind a rock for 3 days, this is it.
They made a movie about it, and Jeremy Renner was in it. Right? No, that was Tag, not Hide and Go Seek. My bad. My bad.
Dude, that movie's fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, those of you guys that know, we don't celebrate a lot of holidays except for like Halloween because that's fun.
Although my mom did, so my mom, God bless you.
Pun intended.
No.
Sorry, that was
She
mean.
No, it's not. It's fine. My mom's very religious. I know your parents are too. And my mom called me at like 9:30 at night on what do you call it? Easter Eve, whatever. I don't want
Saturday.
fucking Saturday, yeah.
Yesterday.
And she's like, hey, I have something I need to give you. It's pretty important. When are you available? And I go, and like I literally paused Moon Knight with Nicole to like answer this phone call, and I'm like, I mean, tomorrow? And she's like, what time? And I go, like 5, because that's when Nicole leaves or whatever. And she's like, well, that's gonna be too late. So can I come now? And I'm like, yes, if it's important, absolutely. Like, come over. And Nicole goes, what if she's just bringing you an Easter basket? And I go, there's no way. I will be so fucking pissed if she's just bringing me Easter. She lives like 5 minutes from me. So, anyway, she pulls into the parking lot. I see her. She's got like a pink/yellow bag in her hand, and I go, Jesus fucking Christ. She literally is bringing me an Easter basket. And that's exactly what it was.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, pun intended. Yeah.
She fucking told me it was important. And she interrupted our entire night. I love my mom to death. I do. I love you, Mom. I know you don't listen because I swear too much, but
Same.
she literally brought me a fucking Easter basket. I was just like, holy shit, mother.
That's fine. The last Easter basket that I got that was from my parents had the Rugrats movie on VHS.
Nice.
So I'm kind of slightly jealous that you got one.
It was like nothing. I mean, it wasn't nothing, Mom, but it was a gift card for myself to AMC, $25. I assume the same amount for Nicole for I think Sephora or something, what a makeup store of some
Ulta, Sephora.
something, whatever.
Sephora sounds right.
Yeah, yeah. And then like a little thing of chocolate, which I'm pretty sure Nicole took with her when she left. I don't need it, so I don't, whatever. But
This
yeah.
motherfucker kicks me out every Sunday so he can podcast. I'm taking the
But
chocolate.
but I literally just remember I was like, oh man, my mom said it's important, and Nicole literally goes, "What if she's just bringing you an Easter basket?" And I was like, no, no, she wouldn't. This time of night, there's no way. And I saw her walking up, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's exactly what's happening right now.
You're just Michael Scott from The Office. Like, no! God, no!
We paused the Moon Knight. We had to pause it and like wait, But my mom's a saint. Love her to death. It's fine.
No. In other
Thanks.
news, sorry, not to cut you off. Thank
No,
your mother.
I was
Thank
just
your
saying,
mom.
thanks, mom.
Yeah, thank her. In other news that is not related to our personal lives, the trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is underway this week. Fucking A. Cotton.
Fucking A Cotton.
This is wild.
She's the worst.
She is, and I know that we have had moments on the show where we have not been kind to one Amber Heard, but she deserves it. But also just like female characters, like from movies and stuff like that. That's because they're written by men and not done justice. And we've tried to explain that in the past, but honestly, like Amber Heard is just
The
terrible.
worst. She's the worst.
Like we've heard from their therapists, like yes, their therapist was like, oh, there was mutual abuse, but like admitted that Amber would admit to throwing the first punch, would went to her and went to their therapist is a woman, went to her and was like, hey, if I file like for spousal abuse before I leave, will that help my case?
Yeah.
Like, if you're contemplating that, it's probably because you're a terrible fucking person.
Yeah.
Not always, because domestic abuse is very real, and I feel sorry for actual victims. But everything that's come out so far has showed that Amber Heard, other than, and I know that like emotional and verbal abuse is real, and emotional, psychological, all that stuff. It takes a toll. We're not saying that Johnny Depp is perfect.
Nobody. No, there it takes two to tango. He's obviously guilty of some stuff, but he
And
didn't cut her fucking finger off.
even in like audio recordings from the trial, like you're like, wow, this is not the Johnny Depp that we see on screen, obviously, because he's an actor.
Mm.
But the allegations that she put out do not match up. But the allegations that he put out were less than what has come out.
No.
Like she just legitimately beat the shit out of him.
I would
Regularly.
here's the thing. I would never, ever, ever hit a female. I never would. And this is I'm not saying he did or anything like that. I'm just saying I would never hit a female. I yeah, whatever. But if a female threw a broken bottle at me and cut the tip of my finger off, I would be tempted.
I'm sorry, I
And
should not have laughed. Just how you phrased it was, I get it.
well, like, have you ever seen? And again, I'm really not trying to like make a serious situation funny, but have you ever seen videos where like a female will just like beat the shit out of like a man, and he
Yeah.
just can only take it for so long before he swings back,
Yeah.
and then you're like, and then everybody is like, oh my god, he hit her, like what the hell? It's like she was physically assaulting him. What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Just curl up in a ball and take it? Absolutely not. So
It's a very dicey situation.
Yeah.
We don't want to get into it too much, but
Yeah, we
it's
don't want to upset our
ongoing.
fans. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very prevalent. It a lot was said about Johnny Depp, and he did suffer because of it. And the big thing is that Amber Heard received no repercussions, even though the allegations on both sides were very extreme and terrible.
WB, you suck. You suck.
Well, luckily, Discovery bought them, and they're either going to make it worse or improve it slightly. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's ongoing. If you guys don't know what's going on, check it out. If it's something that I don't want to say interests you, because who's interested in like domestic abuse cases? But
I'm actually like really like normally like really annoyed by this kind of shit. Like the Will Smith thing. Like we talked about it and I was just like, yeah, whatever, he's a dick bag. Like
yeah,
Jada's a dick bag. They're both dick bags. Like I don't normally give a fuck about this kind of thing.
but it seems
But
very heavily weighted one side, and it's not fair to someone that for decades has proven to be a very decent and good person.
and there's like
Obviously, he has his demons.
and there's
Like
like video proof of her like
in audio proof, and also like showing her in the courtroom as they're playing back the audio, and she's laughing.
well, I was gonna say like video proof of her and like Elon
Oh yeah,
like in the elevator, like straight up like
dry humping.
dry humping in the elevator while she was married to Johnny. Like, and he's one of the people who's like sticking up for her in the case, and is like, oh, well, how about this video?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, of course you're sticking up for like I don't know, that's whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
because there's
We,
blackmail on him.
yeah, we'll leave it alone at this point. Just
Yeah,
Johnny, we love you. Justice for Johnny.
justice for Johnny. Yeah, we've beaten this dead horse, which is sad. Don't ever beat a dead horse, um, or kill a horse.
They're already dead.
That's not okay, Jake. Uh,
I love horses.
they scare the shit out of me.
You and Nicole both.
They're giant murder machines. It's
Whatever.
because when I was young, I watched someone like come up behind a horse and like slap like its hindquarters. Like he should have known not to do it.
I was
And
like,
the horse,
so they're a
yeah,
moron.
they're an idiot. But I saw the horse kick and the dude go flying and go limp, and I've been scared ever since. Like I acknowledge as an adult, it was that dude's fault.
Nicole
But
got
terrifying.
pinned. A horse pinned Nicole, like between like a wall and like the horse or something like that. So she and like whatever.
Yeah, terrifying.
But they're just big puppy dogs.
This is just
He
my
was just
baby
trying to
dog. This
he's
is
just trying
my
to lean
baby
on
dog.
her.
Yeah,
Rogue leans on me all the time.
yeah.
Hold on.
Well, hang
Keep
on.
talking.
All right, guys. With that, oh fuck! I started to say it. He's not going to do a drink. But with that
Keep
being
going.
said,
You're good.
with that being said, we're going to get into sponsor number one before we start talking about Halo, which is Ray's energy drinks. I did say with that being said, so you have to drink.
Oh.
But our title sponsor this week is Ray's energy drinks. Fantastic energy with zero sugar, 0 calories, and 0 crash, and so much more to offer. Listen up. We'll be right back to talk about Halo Episode 4. But in the meantime, learn how you can save 15% on your orders. And we'll be right back with you. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you. All right, everyone. So, this week, episode 4 of Halo came out on Paramount Plus.
Here's the thing.
Another slow episode. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Say your thing. What's the thing?
The first episode opened up so fucking strong and intense, and you're like, oh my god, this show's gonna be so good. And ever since then, we've got nothing but like really boring bullshit. Like I do understand that there's like a help me out here.
Well, I mean, there's the games tell the story of Master Chief. So they're now world building and building the prequel, the background.
And there's like a nostalgia to it as well.
Yeah, which I do enjoy.
But you can't fucking open up the way you did and give us nothing. I mean, we're 4 episodes in now? We got to be like at the halfway point. You got to give us something.
Next week is episode 5 of 9. Next week is literally the middle episode.
Got to give us something. Come on.
And like this episode at least had a little bit of action and a little bit of a fight scene that did not involve Master Chief at all. Did not involve Cortana or even the UNSC. Like, it did have Quan Ha and Soren back on Madrigal, and it was a pretty intense fight scene with both gunfire and an assassin just cutting people's heads off. It, like, the fight scene itself was good, but it lasted, what, a minute, maybe 2? Yeah. And as much as I have such high hopes for the show, and I love that they're doing the world building because, like, I grew up on these games. I read one of the novels. I wasn't a big reader. But so, like, I appreciate that they're building, like, the political background, but man, they are doing it slowly. They are building the tension between Master Chief and Halsey.
Yeah.
Because he's regaining his memories since removing the implant, and then also from touching the artifact and all of that.
And now he sees that Halsey was there when he was a kid.
Yeah, despite everything that she's told him. And holy shit, was that entire story arc of this episode not just an abusive, gaslighting, like, step-parent? Basically. Like, he's like, I saw you. You were in my kitchen, like, through his memories. And Halsey's like, oh, well, you've gone through something traumatic. Like, you're probably just mixing some memories. It's like, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, she's the worst.
And she's supposed to be. So, like, this isn't us just shitting on the character. Like, she's playing this character so well and so true to, like, this story. But, man, like, she's just destroying him. We do get to see that one of the other Spartans removes their implant because they saw Master Chief do it. I don't... I think is it Kia?
The female?
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
two females of the main
Hmm.
Spartans that we've seen.
We should have looked at. I didn't know you were gonna bring that up. Otherwise, I would have
Neither
looked up
neither did I.
her name. Yeah.
But she's starting to act more human.
Yeah. Like Master Chief, and
Yeah.
she even says to um someone else. Oh, I should have. Again, I didn't know we were gonna talk about
The
this, so
the
I didn't.
admiral's daughter, the one
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
research department. Yeah.
And she even says like if you think you know us or like you should dig deeper or something like that. And then
Yeah.
she like just palms the artifact
Yeah.
and
And nothing
and and,
happens.
and the girl's like, don't, and like nothing happens, and she goes, do you need me to do anything else? And then it
Yeah.
just walks away. It was pretty cool. I like that part.
But because of that, they actually it for as slow as the story is moving, it does push the story forward because now uh, the scientist, she's the admiral's daughter, is starting to actually work with the Spartans to gain more intel because they've actually like encountered the Covenant, and instead of looking them as just assets, she's looking at them as people and
Yeah.
people that have intel to help her research. With fuck. With all that being said,
You can't just add all into it and think you can get away with it.
as I started to say it, I noticed what I was doing, and I'm sorry. But with all of that in this episode, it does move the story forward, but it's very underwhelming,
Yeah, it's
especially compared to the
super slow.
first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, we're halfway through, so I still have hope as a fan of the games and someone who grew up playing those games and loving it. But fuck, man, it's just slow.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I like steamrolled that entire bit for you.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
I know you gave up.
I didn't give up. I'm still gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, but very
Yeah.
very underwhelmed.
Yeah.
It started very strong and then immediately switched to old school Star Trek episodes,
It's
which
like it's
are
like
good, but
it's like getting into this will be our sorry mom moment. It's like getting into bed with a girl and right away you're like fucking rock hard and you're like this is gonna be awesome. And then as soon as you go to penetrate, you just lose it all. That's what's happening with this show.
oh, I'm so glad that you said that and you're the one with the girlfriend. Okay, cool. But no, seriousness, like sorry for that visual, mother. Uh,
Oh, do we need a visual? Just kidding. Okay.
I just went
Kidding.
from
I'm
six to six.
Six.
Sorry, mom. Oh,
I sweat from midnight to 6. Oh, no.
gross. So
Now I
sorry,
feel
everyone. But
Now I
not.
feel bad.
Eh,
Anyways,
you're the one with the
let's-
girlfriend.
I think we got our point across with this. We want to spend more time on Moon Knight, so let's just jump into sponsor number 2, and I will kick that up. Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce. What? Oh, fuck you.
Sponsor number 2. Sorry.
Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce, a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Please listen up and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
All right, everyone. We are going to talk about Moon Knight episode 3. It's episode 3, right?
Yeah,
We're
episode
on
3.
episode 3. Yeah, episode 3. Fucking
Spoiler alerts, first off.
yes, spoiler. First and foremost, spoiler alert. Secondly, before we get into any of this, we want to give our deepest condolences. Gaspard Ulio. I'm hoping we're saying that right. Did I say it right?
From everything that I saw online, that sounded right. But yeah.
He died after filming. Skiing accident. Hit his head. Yeah, unfortunately, he was very young, 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of this show. We
Yeah.
really enjoy it. Can't wait to see what more your character has for us. This is our first introduction to him in the show. And yeah, it's really good. This is a good fucking episode. Like,
It really makes up for Halo.
yes, every week so far.
This show has been incredible from start to finish. In so many ways, but it's just first and foremost, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah. It's violent, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy, which we've talked about.
Yeah, it very much is paving the way for future projects from Marvel to be more violent, because I mean the comics aren't always, this PG to PG-13 rating. And it's great. Like, I love this show. It's been incredibly enjoyable.
Well, where we left off last week is that Mark Spector is in control. And did we say spoiler alert? We did. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. And Stephen is stuck in the, what do you want to call it, mirror version of himself.
Yeah, he's aware because that barrier. Wow, I really elongated that. That barrier has been broken.
Did you say bury her?
No. I'm not a creep. But that barrier has been broken to where when the alternates versus the host is in control.
Yeah. They can communicate now.
Yeah, and they're aware that they're not in control. Yeah. Also,
the episode kind of opens up with Layla, who we met in episode 2. She is now on her way to Egypt, knowing that Mark Spector is in Egypt, and that's kind of funny. I mean, whatever. Yeah. She ends up in Egypt, so she is putting herself in the mix. Like, yeah. They are both. Steven is like, she's super hot. But like, I want to keep her safe. And Mark is like, keep her the fuck out of this. And Layla is very much like, I'm gonna be in the middle of this.
Fucking middle, yeah.
And they're both just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to steamroll. So you interrupt me anytime you want. But
I just dominated the whole unnecessary Halo.
Another huge fucking thing that we get in this is that there is another personality that Mark and Steven are not aware of. And his name is
like Jay Lockley? Jared Lockley?
It's Jake, god damn it.
I thought you were going to go with the Heather Locklear joke, but
Oh, fuck me sideways.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You missed it. We
we
I
planned a
knew
joke,
that it was Jake Lockley because in the comics that's one of the alternates.
and I was gonna say Heather Locklear, and yeah, we
Yeah.
fucked it up. I screwed the pooch on that
He
one. Sorry.
Jake was the this Jake, not Jake Lockley. This Jake wanted to make that joke, and I was like, okay, this
I
I'm
was
gonna
like,
set
yeah,
it
this will
up.
be funny, and I completely
And then
missed.
yeah, you
Yeah,
just fucked
sorry.
it. It's cool, whatever.
So
Uh,
so sorry.
we
But
actually don't know for sure that it's Jake Lockley, but those of you that know the comics know that this is Jake Lockley.
yeah, he's violent. Uh, and I mean, there are like parts in this episode where there's like gaps between Steven and Mark, and there's like Mark is like killing somebody, and he's like, "What the hell, Steven? Why did you kill that guy?" And Steven's like, "I didn't do that." Like, and it's
Yeah,
just evident that Jake is
and it really lines up also
coming.
with oh, like coming like ah.
I said that Jake is coming.
But it also lines up with the show posters because it shows Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, and Moon Knight
Mm,
obviously is Mark Spector because he's the Avatar.
yeah,
Mr. Knight, who is like the dapper version, and then there's one where it's just Oscar Isaac,
yeah,
and but he looks pissed.
yeah. They did say that when we see Steven, he will be the psychotic um Colonel Sanders. That's his suit. Like that's what he's gonna be like throughout. So anytime Steven takes over, we won't see Mark Spector's like
Full armor guard, yeah,
yeah,
the ceremonial armor as
yeah,
they mentioned in the show.
it'll be a guy in a white suit and a white mask.
Yeah,
So it'll be interesting. Maybe they'll do a different suit for Jake. That'd be cool.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, they've been hinting at Jake Lockley's introduction since the first episode because
Yeah.
obviously Steven blacks out and it's just like a violent, bloody mess in the first episode, and we think that that's Mark. But then
Mhm.
during the end credits, it shows Oscar Isaac split into three,
Mhm.
stuff like that, and then it's becoming apparent because even when Mark is in control and fighting people in this, and like will like put a knife to someone's throat and then catch a glimpse of himself in the reflection, and Steven's like, "Don't do this, don't do this," but Mark is already like hesitant to actually kill. He's skilled to because
Well, and
being a
then
mercenary and stuff like that.
when he does wake up to like killing all three of those guys that they're fighting, he's like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Steven, what'd you do? And Steven's like, I didn't do that shit. That
yeah,
was you, bro.
yeah.
Like, I didn't say it like that. Sorry, guys.
That was you, Gators.
Yeah. But he's like, Steven, what'd you do? And Steven's like, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. So they're
Yeah,
both completely oblivious to who's killing these people, and
yeah.
it's Jake. Yeah.
And they
Um.
even mentioned that like Mark Spector was aware of Steven as one of the alternates
Hmm.
for a long time. He just had control over it.
Yeah.
But now he seems thrown for a loop and has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know who this other alternate is,
Yeah.
which is
Uh,
wild. I've seen videos. I don't want to get too much into it, but of people that have dissociative identity disorder, being like the way that they're portraying this is respectful and accurate. Like sometimes you don't know of like every personality. It's really interesting because obviously we don't have that.
well, we kind of talked about this, I feel like last week, because there's like and we don't need to get super into it, but there's like people who have got bonked on the head a little too hard, and they wake up and they speak like in a different accent, but
Yeah.
they don't actually speak that accent. So they're only speaking that accent from what they've seen or heard on
Yeah.
TV and media and stuff like that. So they're not actually like,
From because the brain trauma,
yeah,
like it almost creates a division in the
yeah.
brain. And that's
Like
very
I
minute.
have a really shitty British accent that I could do, and if you hit me just right, like somewhere around here, I might start talking in that shitty accent that I think I'm really good at. But in reality, you're like, man, that's terrible. And that's the beauty of Stephen Grant, is that he isn't actually a fluent like British person, and that's
Yeah.
what we talked about in the first
Yeah,
episode.
because some
Is
people
people
were like,
complained about it, and it's
because
like
he
he's
uses
not.
like slang that doesn't match his
Yeah,
regional accent and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not actually British, and that's why his British accent is terrible. It's like me trying to like do a British accent, isn't it? It
Yeah.
sounds morbid, and a British person would be like, "You're a fucking twat for trying to like mimic that," and
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a made up person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. And it's all through, I mean, not to make light of dissociative identity disorder because that's a very real thing, but a lot of it comes from like extreme trauma. So if you develop an accent with DID, like it's because like that's all that you have to go off of and it creates a personality from it. And I mean, like you were saying, like that's the whole point of Steven is it's a British accent, but the slang is just stuff that he's heard, but it doesn't match the regional accent that he has. Just like in the States, the Midwest accent versus Southern accent versus East Coast versus, you know, a lie, like, all that stuff. Like again, regional accents,
yeah.
all of
I
that.
didn't even. I didn't even think. I know that it's probably what everybody thinks, but I didn't even think we had an accent. And I went to Florida some years ago and ordered some food, and the waitress was like, "Minnesota or Wisconsin?" And I was like, "Oh, that hurt."
Oh, yeah, it's sorry for those of you that aren't watching. I have the worst office chair.
Oh, that's so...
But
that was funny.
let's get back into talking about
Yeah,
this episode.
sorry. We're
No,
getting close to wrapping up here. I'm sorry,
we
guys.
also
Uh,
get a lot of communication between Mark and Steven, which is really awesome because they're starting to like acknowledge each other and acknowledge each other's strengths.
reluctantly, but
At
yes,
at first, very
yeah,
reluctantly.
the entire time reluctantly.
Yeah. But we do get to see Gaspard Ulliel's character. He's he seems very like mafioso, but
He's very handsome.
like chef's kiss, man. I'm not ashamed to say that. He's a good looking dude,
Yeah.
but he is in possession of the a map to find Amit's tomb. Oh, we just skipped an entire like huge bit. The
We did.
entire Council of
Arth-
the Gods.
yeah, you fucking twat.
Yeah, I ruined that. Sorry.
We'll just skip over it real quick. Arthur, Harlow, and he gets put on trial by um
Conchu.
Khonshu, and by what the way that Khonshu like draws attention to this is by changing the sky,
He
and
creates a solar eclipse, basically.
yeah, and the other gods basically how many times can we say
Basically, a few
say
more times, basically.
say that uh if you do that again, we'll imprison you. But they put Arthur on trial, and Arthur is like, "Hey, man, you guys think I'm this bad guy, but really, Khonshu is manipulating this man who is not right in the head, which is true." And so they're like, "Are you not right?" And Mark Spector's like, "I'm no, I'm not right. I'm fucked up in the head." But it doesn't change the fact that this guy is trying to do some fucked up shit, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever. We're dumb. We're gods, but we're dumb gods."
Yeah, like you, like Ethan Hawke's character. If you met him in real life, also like he's not subtle
Yeah,
about his
you'd think,
whole fucking cult. Like,
yeah,
so all the Egyptian gods have avatars, just like Mark Spector's the avatar for Khonshu. Like, you know, Horus and Salem and all these Egyptian gods. You would think that like they would know about this cult because that's their fucking job.
yeah. That and they've been around a lot longer than the rest of us,
Yeah.
but they're dumb pieces of shit. So,
Yeah, they
uh,
basically just get gaslit by Ethan Hawke. It's cool. Uh,
yeah. And they're like, "This man has committed no crime. You're a twat, and if you ever fuck with the sky again, we're gonna imprison you." And Khonshu is like, "Wow, this is bullshit."
bet.
Um, so sorry we had to skip over it like that. We meant to spend more time on it, but Chad
Yeah,
jumped
I fucked up. My bad. Okay.
jumped a sentence here.
Literally, I skipped one bullet point on our fucking outline.
It's like a 5 minute bullet point though.
I'll
Oh,
show
good.
you a 5 minute bullet point.
I forgive you.
Thanks.
Title of your sex tape.
You're gonna make me cry one of these days.
Also the title of your sex.
Fuck! So starting next week, the All Things Nerd podcast will be hosted by Chad and Chad alone. Um, no, just totally kidding. Um, but because Arthur is released from the Council of the Gods, one of the gods that believes Mark Spector and Khonshu is like, this is how you can still find Amit's tomb.
Yeah.
Points him to Gospard. I forget what his actual character's name is. They call him Mr. Midnight as like an alias. I forget what his actual name is. But he's a collector of black market antiquities, if you will. And he has the map that will show how to find Amit's tomb. So Mark and Layla go to find that. And this is where Mark is trying to like fake it till you make it. And Layla's like, Steven knows what's going on. You have to let Steven in.
Yeah. So I'm really trying to find this guy.
Just IMDb. Just
Yeah, but he's not on. I'm not dumb. Like he's not on the list.
I'll find it here. Start talking about the super dope ass fight that happens.
Well, there's a super dope ass fight that happens, and
Fucking fight you.
no, it was actually really cool. I not
Anton
even just
Mogart.
was it?
His name is Anton Mogart or Mr.
Oh, okay.
Midnight.
What and like one of the cooler things, it wasn't even I almost said Deadpool. Moon Knight. Layla, her fucking necklace like pulls apart into knives, which is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
thought that was dope.
She's prepared and she's a fucking badass.
There's a part where like Mark Spector is like fighting and Steven is like, "Give me control of the body." And like Mark like can't fight it and Steven takes over, gets his weird suit, gets stabbed like 4 times, and he's
with
like,
like
"Put the body
spears, like
back!" Yeah,
all not just like lightly stabbed, like
yeah,
impaled.
yeah,
Goes
and he's
all the
like,
way
"Just
through his body.
take the body back." It's hilarious. The fucking A, this show is so good.
It's fantastic. And after that, I mean, we breezed through that fight scene. There's no cool way to tell you how good a fight scene is, but it ends with Layla and Mark driving through the desert trying to like follow this map, and Layla's like, "You have to let Steven help. He
yeah,
knows this stuff."
yeah.
And
You're
Mark like
dumb. He's smart.
rips
I'm
the side view
dangerous.
mirror off of their fucking Jeep or Range Rover. It's probably a Range Rover because it's,
Yeah,
not in America.
yeah.
Um, and we see Steven, and it's very seamless. Like we don't get like the whole like sketchy like blackout.
Mhm.
It's
Getting
just
better. They're
yeah,
sharing
they're starting to understand and respect each other.
and like share the body
Yeah,
without like forcibly like taking over the
yeah.
body.
It was a really cool shift in that dynamic of the relationship between Mark and Steven.
Mm, mm,
And Conchu is now, instead of calling Steven like worm and pathetic, he's like,
yeah,
I can help.
yeah.
Which was also really cool.
Because it's the second time that Kanchu fucks with the night sky,
Yeah.
and well, I don't want to breeze over that. I'm sorry, using your
Visually
words.
visually stunning how they do it.
Basically, what happens is that Steven Layla is trying to like take pictures of the night sky to like find where the constellations are so that they can do whatever. And then Steven, when he comes, takes over the body, he's like, "Hey man, like this is not the same because the night sky 2,000 years ago wouldn't look like this. Everything's drifted apart." And
Yeah.
Conchi is like, "I remember that night 2,000 years ago. I can show you." So he does it, which
Well, he walks
he,
Steven through how to do it.
yeah, and which is again like Conchu was warned earlier in the episode, do not fuck with the sky again or we'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
And so he does it knowing that he's going to get imprisoned. And he says to Steven, which is like the first time that he even shows like Steven any respect, really. He's like, when you talk to Mark, like tell him to free me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's super stunning. Like it shows Conchu side by side with Steven,
No.
like manipulating the lights,
No.
the lights, the stars in
It's
the night
like
sky.
it's like a boy band kind of thing. They're like very in sync with each
Oh,
other.
they're like bye 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 to the stars.
Yeah.
No, but it looks great, and
It's
even
cool.
like Ethan Hawke's, Arthur Harrow, is like, oh, you must be desperate, Conchu. Like
Oh, he
from
said
a
that way
no,
earlier.
like from like when the night sky is like manipulating, he's like he says something like
No,
under his breath.
no.
It's while the stars are going. I don't remember exactly what he says, but he says something while the sky is manipulating
The first
with the stars. He says it twice. He says
the
something
first
both times.
the first time that the sky gets manipulated, he says you must be getting desperate. And then after the like court case, basically, the second time he sees it and he rolls his window down, he goes, "You did this to yourself, can't you?"
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry, I didn't mean to argue.
I will
I,
flip
I
this
didn't.
fucking table over, you best
You
nonsense.
won't. You'll lose everything.
I know. Like literally everything is on. Yeah.
And it ends with they get the coordinates to Amit's tomb, but Khonshu gets imprisoned by the gods into stone,
Yeah.
and it leaves Steven, we don't know who's in control. Steven, Mark, Jake, they basically
He's
pass
passed
out.
out. Yeah, and Layla's like,
Mark,
shh, shh, shh,
Steven,
wake up.
Mark, Steven.
Alan!
Alan,
Alan!
Alan, Alan, Alan. But the final scene of the episode, that's fucking funny. I forgot about that video until I brought it up. The final scene of the episode is Arthur talking to one of the gods, Avatar, and
They're
then
working together.
yeah, and then going into it's the Pyramid of Giza, the Great Pyramid of Giza, is where they hold like the court. Picks up the stone imprisonment of Khonshu, and is like, my success is because of how you broke me.
Mm.
So your failure to me has been my success, basically. And then that's it. No end credit scene. We're probably won't get one until the last episode, maybe the last two.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have a theory about it, which we haven't talked about, is that there's like a part in this episode where Haro says that he enjoyed dealing out pain for Khonshu, and we also know that Haro used to be Khonshu's avatar.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because he enjoyed doing what he was doing, like that's why Khonshu like kicked him to the curb. Like it wasn't supposed to be like, you're not supposed to enjoy this. Like, we don't want to do this to people. We have to,
Yeah.
And that's why, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but yeah.
And there's tons of theories out there also that like Amit isn't who they're really trying to resurrect, because in Egyptian mythology, Amit wasn't the judge, just the executioner. You also sent me something about it not being Amit, but Comet, which is another Egyptian god that would...
I sent you something about it?
Yeah, that would end up being the first like vampire to
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
lead to
Yeah.
the Blade tie-in.
They did say before the show came out that Blade and Black, or not Black Knight,
The Black Knight.
Black Knight would be
Dane
referenced
Whitman. Yeah.
in this show, and there's only fucking three episodes left. So yeah.
So the whole comet theory makes sense as well.
Yeah. She's like the first vampire that would be referenced.
Yeah, just a very a god that thrived off of human blood.
Human blood, yeah.
We will see. We're halfway through the show. Honestly, it's fantastic.
So good.
So good. But we don't want to keep you guys any longer, so we're going to go ahead and close out this episode. But before we do, Jake, there's a few things we want to talk about, right?
Yeah, we want to talk about give us some money, because we're struggling. No, we're not struggling. We really love doing what we're doing. It's a lot of fun. Every penny that we put into this is out of our own pocket, and there are a couple of people, their names are Jake and Chad, that put into this
there's a little bit more than that, but we do put in a lot of our own.
There are some people that are helping us out, but it'd be cool. I mean, you get cool shit for doing it. Like, it's not like you're just giving us money. You get like a monthly fucking something.
Yeah, and that's through our Patreon. It's a monthly subscription. You get some bonus content. We haven't done too many interviews in the past couple of months to where it's like weekly bonuses, but you do get some bonus content. You get some exclusive merch that's not available on our store.
And like, our shit is pretty cool. Like, I'm not even saying that to like Like
I
we
like
have
it.
some pretty cool fucking merch. Like it's pretty dope. Like I have friends
Yeah.
who are like, "Hey, can you get me like this and that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, totally."
Yeah.
Like, but yeah,
There's some awesome stuff out there. Or if you don't want to give monthly, or you can't, we do have our web store.
yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff where we've been saying this for weeks. I've been super slow about like actually finishing up the updated web store, but we are in the process of overhauling it to make it make more sense and not have so much random stuff.
What's
Uh,
in the box?
what's in the box? Uh, but yeah, there's that. Or if you just follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
uh, TikTok. We don't do anything there yet. Um, there's a few videos, but follow, and then you'll get to see more stuff as we do. What more
Yeah.
stuff? Uh,
Also, now that Chad and I are in the same state, next month I move and we'll be very close together. And
yeah.
then
Uh,
and then but then we're planning on doing another live stream. It's been a little while since we've done it.
yeah.
We'll do some giveaways. And you'll watch us just rip our mouths apart with
Dick. I mean,
very
spice.
hot. Yeah.
Spice.
We're not even like trying to like rip it off. We're literally doing the hot ones challenge. So
Yeah, we bought the season 15 sauce pack, so all 10 sauces, and then we're going to include Crybaby Craig's because
mhm.
them being a
Yeah,
sponsor of the show, like we have to show love. They've
yeah,
been very good to us. Uh, so we'll be doing that. It'll probably be in early June because you move in a month.
yeah. We move May
Gotta get you
18th.
settled.
Yeah.
So yeah, like early June we'll be doing that. So if
Well,
there's
we just want to
if
tell you
there's
guys about it now.
questions that you want to ask us either about us, about the
Mm.
podcast, about our opinions on film or comics that we've talked about, or try and stump us. We'll pick 11 questions out of the bunch and we'll answer those while we give ourselves spicy diarrhea. It'll be
hmm
great.
hmm And we'll be joined by like some people, so it'll be fun, even
Yeah,
more fun. It won't just be Chad and I, or there'll be some other people that are joining us, so
yeah.
it'll be fun. Anyways,
Without further ado,
uh,
ado,
with that being said,
fuck. We love you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for sticking around for as long as you guys have. It means the world to us, and we look forward to bringing you more in the coming months. Like coming, yeah. You want to do
Okay,
it, Jake?
bye.
You want to do it, Jake?
Oh shit, yeah. No, you do it.
This has been the All Things Nerd podcast.